Schedules for year 2 have been released, and the Iowa Hawkeyes start out with a bye. Then they play Ball State, Iowa State, both at home, continue at home against Rutgers, then away from home at Indiana, Minnesota, number 7 Ohio State, then Wisconsin, then home against Northwestern, Illinois, Purdue, and then we're away from home at Auburn, and then we do play Nebraska to round out the season. And we're looking to get back where we were last year with these veteran starters and C.J. Beathard, LaShawn Daniels Jr., Akram Wadley getting into the backup running back position after Jordan Canzeri did graduate last year. And here's a big change I'm about to make that could impact the season gratefully and the future. Alan McPherson will be the starting wide receiver, the number 1 receiver for the Iowa Hawkeyes in year 2. Our freshman big-time recruit, our only big recruit really that we did get, otherwise we just solidified some positions. But he is going to be our number 1 receiver. Riley McCarron is just not even 6 feet tall. He's just not made for number 1 receiver, so he's going to be my slot guy. But our offensive line is very strong. I'm really looking forward to run the ball with LaShawn Daniels Jr., who did win the Heisman last year. So I look forward to him having another great year behind that solid offensive line and a true freshman D Moore. He was our other big-time recruit. We only had like 2 or 3 of them, but they are going to impact right away. 2 true freshman starters that could be risky, but hopefully it pays off in the end. And Faith Cacti and Jaleel Johnson really solidifying that defensive tackle spots, both All-Americans. Here's Josie Jewell coming back from last year. He's going to be a junior. And here's Aaron Menz. And here's something I did forget about in the offseason. I thought this guy's going to be TJ Edwards from Wisconsin was going to be our starting middle linebacker. I completely forgot that he does have to sit out a year because he did transfer. That's my fault. I said that wrong in the offseason video, and I apologize for that. But this defensive back positions with Tesman King and Miles Taylor and all these guys is going to be quite the wrecking crew in the defensive back position. I really need to my linebackers, Josie Jewell set, but Bo Bauer, a 75 overall right outside linebacker, and then that Menz, that middle linebacker without Edwards being able to play this year, is really going to have to step up for us if we look to have as good as the year last year. And for me, my outlook for the season is to get back where we did last year. We have C.J. Beathard back and LaShawn Daniels Jr. back, 2 very good players from us last year that really led us that far, along with Desmond King. So I'm looking forward to getting back to where we were last year if we can do that. Here's just a couple of the red shirts. We redshirt Rich Newton, freshman QB. Some of our athletes that we did put in the halfbacks, I redshirted them. I kept both these freshman fullbacks just because, I don't know, I just threw them in there. But like I said, we do have a lot of missing pieces in the team that really we need to figure out. But we have a week 1 bye. Then we play Ball State, who we really need to find our team, who's going to be able to step up in games and who's going to be the people that really just aren't going to play that much this year. Then we have Iowa State, which is really going to try to be the last test for us to see who's going to play for us this year and who's going to not have as big of an impact, because Iowa State's a rivalry game, but they're not as good as they used to be. And after that is conference play. Only 2 games were right in it. But here's some recruiting that after we win the national title, you actually get some good recruits. And we have some 4 stars just across the board, top 5 interested in Iowa. So this recruiting class hopefully will be a lot better than last year's, because last year's we only got a few people that are really going to make an impact this year. So I look forward to a lot of these guys, and I'm hoping I can really recruit them and get them to Iowa, because if we have a lot of people like this high overall as freshmen, we'll be a good program in the future. But it's all going to be on the shoulders of really scouting them, and I do show you them scouted here in just a minute. But really scouting them and then getting them in here is going to be a difficulty, because as you know, these top recruits have a lot of choices. Alabama, that's a great team that a lot of recruits go to. And just teams around the nation like that, some powerhouses that really Iowa doesn't attract a lot of people. In real life, Iowa gets about 3-star recruits, and they have to build off of that. And Kirk Ferentz does a pretty good job with that. And that's really why he's quite the successful coach, because he does get things going with only like 3-star recruits. And like he won to a Big Ten championship game this year, and he's undefeated for most of the year. Now they're in the Rose Bowl. He can do things with those kind of caliber players, and he's really just good at developing them. So maybe that's kind of the identity I should go for with this team, because I'm going after a lot of 4-star recruits. But as you see when I'm scouting, they're really regressing their overall. They're going down like 2 or 3 overalls. I have 1 gem in there. As you see, this punter that looks pretty good, but maybe I need to go with the real life philosophy and just really developing guys, which is actually something that I might do. I just now thinking of that, I might actually do that. So here's just a preseason. I show the top 30. We are 19th, I believe. There's quite a few Big Ten teams in here, 5 or 6, I believe, and really, it's going to be a tough season. Our schedule, if you did not see, we have a B strength of schedule, which in real life everyone says the only reason Iowa made it that far was because of their schedule, which could be true. They did play some pretty easy teams, but really to go undefeated for that long is hard to do. But hopefully we can have another good year. As you see, LaShawn Daniels Jr. third in the Heisman watch already. And also, and there's Ezekiel Elliott because he's going to be back, sadly. But here, this one confused me. How are you an All-American running back and you won the Heisman last year, but you're on the first team All-NCAA preseason All-Americans? That just doesn't make sense to me. We do have Faith Acacti, Miles Taylor in the first team. The second team, there's LaShawn Daniels Jr. along with Cardell Jones, Jordan Westerkamp, and then also here Jaleel Johnson and Desmond King and Akram Wadley. But that is just the introduction to the season. As you see, we're projected to win the West side of the Big Ten, which hopefully we can do. But that is about all I have for this video today. I'm going to have a Minnesota Vikings franchise video out tomorrow, and then there'll be time to kick off the Iowa Dynasty. Hope you guys did enjoy. As always, I'm out. Peace.